It's 2016 all over again. Once again, hardworking Americans are being called racist for objecting to having their generosity taken advantage of by overwhelming waves of immigrants. Over the weekend, the New York Times revealed that a massive fraud had taken place in Minnesota's Somali community, posing as charitable NGOs feeding the hungry or protecting the homeless or servicing autistic kids. Nearly 90 Somalis have been charged with embezzling up to $1 billion in government funding dispersed during the COVID pandemic. No children were fed, no homeless were housed. The money was spent instead on luxury cars, mansions, and real estate overseas. And when officials from the Department of Education tried to investigate, the Somali criminals threatened to sue and call them racist in stories that would be sprawled across the news. Can you even imagine being gifted the greatest privilege on earth, the gift of American citizenship, and then turning around and throwing that generosity back in our faces, stealing from the very people who gave you that gift? It is galling. And yet, the liberal cable news channels refused to even cover the story until they could make the Somalis the victims of it all, something that President Trump's comments on the story gave them the opportunity to do.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
The outrage that the president is giving voice to is completely justified. And focusing on his linguistic choices rather than the actual fraud is just a smokescreen for those complicit in it. It's exactly the kind of gaslighting that got Trump elected in the first and second place. For years, Americans who've been upset about the massive pressure mass migration put on their lives were called racist for wanting their government to think about what's best for America's children before thinking about everybody else's. For years, the liberal media called them racist, a basket of deplorables, xenophobic nativists, and haters for the crime of opposing their own disinheritance. Unbelievably wealthy pundits and Democratic politicians went on cable news and called working class folks struggling to make it by working 3 jobs racists for thinking that maybe if the labor market was tighter, they wouldn't have to choose between chicken for dinner and soccer practice for their kids. Maybe if the government hadn't plonked 80,000 migrants into their town, housing wouldn't be as prohibitive. And those factory jobs, well, maybe they would be theirs.